Okay, here's a few things that I sold this week. This I got from the free estate sale, and it is a part for a propane tank for a forklift. And I think it's been like 3 months that I had it on there for buy it now, and it kept relisting, and I was gonna take it off every month, but I would go to take it off and there were watchers, so I didn't want to end it when there were watchers. So finally this month somebody bought it for $10 plus shipping. This is the second item that I sold. I got this for free in that big lot of, actually 2 lots of computer stuff about 2 years ago. And I had 2 weird things happen to me on eBay this week. One, I had an item actually sell. Somebody won the bid, and I thought it was odd that the person had 0 transactions. That's always a red flag. And then he sent me a message through eBay asking me for an invoice, and I've never had that happen before. And then I noticed that he was from Peru, and I do not ship internationally because everything I have shipped internationally has either arrived broken or with pieces missing. So I just don't do that anymore. So then but I didn't want to get negative feedback by canceling this auction, but he hadn't sent any money or anything. So I went ahead and I contacted the help, which is not very much help. I do not like eBay's customer service. Because first you're just talking to a robot, then you talk to a person, and I don't know. Anyway, it's not that great, I don't think. So I did end up canceling the order, and then within minutes, I received an email from eBay telling me that they canceled the transaction because the person who won the bid was not an authorized eBay user or a registered eBay user. That was the term they used. So, scam alert, be aware or beware. And then, second weird thing that happened, I sent the stupid sewing machine. I will never ship a sewing machine again. It has been a pain in the butt. The first person who won the auction said, "Sorry, I sent that bid by mistake," but he never withdrew his bid, and I had to cancel the transaction. So then I put it back on because there was someone that had offered $25 for it. So I told that I would accept $25 for it and I would put it back on eBay. Well, she didn't make an offer, she bid on it instead. So someone bid higher and bid it up to $28. I shipped it out, and yesterday I got a notification that they want a refund because they found a better price elsewhere. And to me, finding a better deal is not a legitimate reason to return an item. If it's broken, whatever, it's not as stated in the ad, sure. But just because, I'm not the one who bid it up to $28. They are the one who bid it up to $28. So it's on them if they bid more than they should have. My thoughts. So then it tells me I can refund them now and not get my sewing machine back, or wait for the item and then do a refund. So I thought that was weird. I'm not doing that. But I did sell this, so I'm going to wrap this up and send it out. Item number 2. So this is the last item that I sold this week. It is an IBM, some sort of server board. But the person I sold it to has bought several IBM items. He's even making like a vintage IBM shop above his garage or in his garage, I'm not sure. So he bought several of the old, big, bulky computers, and I met up with him he's in Washington State as well. So we met halfway in Moses Lake, and he loaded up his vehicle, and so it was a really good deal because then I didn't have to try to ship the great big 65-pound computers. I didn't want to try to ship those. So, but he's bought several other boards, pieces, cables. I gave him a whole bunch of monitors too because I've shipped 2 monitors and both of them arrived broken. So I'm just not very good at shipping monitors. So I'm not going to do that anymore either. I think I only got $10 for this. So I'm going to ship it out. So this is what sold last night. Okay, so I think the person got a really good deal. I sold all of this for, I think he only paid $12.50 for it. So there's a hard drive, and then underneath is another one, like another hard drive under there. And the reason I only started it at $10 is because down here there's a little red arrow, and you can see that solder point is black right there. So I don't know if this board is any good at all, but I saw these hard drives selling for quite a bit. So even if the board isn't good, the other stuff is either usable or sellable. And $12.50, that's more than what I would have gotten if I would have just sent this to Board Sort. So I'm okay with that. And again, I didn't pay anything for any of this, so it was all together in a box. So I'm not even having to repackage it. I'm just slapping a label on and sending it out. And I put all that information about the board possibly being wrong in the description, so hopefully they read the description and paid attention to that. And here's an update on that sewing machine. So when I got it back from the buyer, I checked it out and it looked okay, and so I put it on Craigslist, and within 2 days it sold. And I put it on for $25 and it sold. Then as I was setting it up so that the person could test it out before they took it, I realized the person had changed out the foot pedal. So they went to a whole lot of effort for like a $5 part. And when I refunded the $28 that they bid, I did not refund the shipping, and they paid $32 for shipping on that sewing machine. So I don't know what they were trying to accomplish, but $32 is an awful lot to spend on a silly little foot pedal. And I don't know if they feel like they got away with something, but they sure didn't. But so I showed the lady, I said, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that this was broken until I set it up. And she was very, very nice. And she said, no big deal. It's just a pin. Those things are a dime a dozen. And she wasn't bothered by it at all. And so I took $20 for the sewing machine, and I am just so glad it is gone. Then update on the second thing, that CPU that I sold again to another fake non-registered eBay buyer from Peru. So I don't know if it was the same guy just using a different name trying to get away with it again. I don't know. But today, this morning, last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I relisted it. And when I relisted it, I did it as buy it now instead of an auction. And it sat there, and this morning I got an offer for $25, and I immediately accepted it. And the guy immediately paid for it, and I sent him a message saying, so glad you're a real person and a legit buyer, because he had like 2,000 transactions or positive feedback or whatever. And so he messaged me right back about what he was using it for. So feels good to sell something knowing it's going to be used, and that the person is real, not some sort of scam. So I've got 3 items going out today. 2 of them are items I got from the storage unit, and 1, which I guess I haven't, in this video you will not have known about the storage unit yet, and 1 from the 2 loads of computer stuff that I got.